This is question number 82 from book number 1, based on the 2020 NEC, and this is electricaltime.com. You just installed the disconnecting means next to a machine at a factory, and as far as the identification of this disconnecting means is concerned only, what must be marked on the disconnecting means by you? So is it A, identification of the circuit source that supplies the disconnecting means? B, the name of the electrician and the date of installation for the disconnecting means? C, both A and B? Or D, none of the above? Just want to take 30 seconds to let you know what we do here at electricaltime.com. We do online electrical classes from the comfort of your home, and then we also have this free service. So if you click on the subscribe for free NEC questions, Monday through Friday, you'll get an NEC code question and an answer sent to your email. All right, so back to our video. So the answer is going to be identification of the circuit source that supplies the disconnecting means. That's the answer. All right, so what our first question we're going to ask ourselves, what article are we talking about here? And that is going to be Article 110, and that's called Requirements for Electrical Installations. And that's within Chapter 1, called General. And then we look at the parts in Article 110, and we find Part 1, General. Then we find 110.22, identification of disconnecting means. And then we find 110.22a, which is also called general. All right, so 110.22a talks about the identification of the disconnecting means, and that the purpose of the disconnecting means must be clearly marked so that we know what the disconnecting means is for. It also states that the marking of its purpose is not necessary unless its purpose is evident. So let me stop there for a second. So let's say you see a disconnecting means right next to a motor, and you're looking at the disconnecting means now, and you see the whip coming out of the disconnecting means, and let's say it's going into the motor. So that's a pretty clear sign of what that disconnecting means is for. All right, so let's continue. So 110.22a also says that the marking identification of the disconnecting means in other than one or two family dwellings must be durable for the environment, and that the marking must indicate what the circuit source of power is. So if you're doing this and it's not a one or two family dwelling, then you got to put, what the source of the power is. You got to mark, that's the panel, panel number and the circuit number. So this way, if somebody needs to, shut something off, they know where to go and what to shut off. All right. And again, if this is not a one or two family, you must do this. All right. And it's good practice. And what I'm going to say, it's also good practice whether that disconnecting means is evident or not evident. Mark it right on the disconnecting means. This is what the disconnecting means is for. It's for this motor. And then you're also going to mark, what the source of the power is, the panel number, and the circuit breaker number. It's just good practice. All right, let's continue back in our textbook. So, for example, it would not be acceptable to take a piece of masking tape, mark it up, and stick it on an outdoor disconnect where it's going to get wet and eventually fall off the disconnecting means, or where the ink from the marker or pen fades away while being exposed to sunlight and the rain. So really what we're talking about here, use your common sense. Put a marking, put a placard, put something on there that's going to be durable for the environment, and that's going to stay there forever until that disconnecting means is replaced in 20, 50 years, 100 years, or whatever. All right, so make sure that it's going to be good for its environment. All right, so the answer again is going to be A, and that's code reference 110.22a, and we call that identification of the circuit source. That supplies the disconnecting means.